episode 22. With me today, Mr. BT. I will probably butcher your name. What's your Hungarian name? It's Bence Toth.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, shit.
Perfect.
So how are you, buddy? What's up?
Good, doing good. This quarantine time is a bit harsh, but I can imagine it is for everybody.
Yeah.
And there is not much to do, but I'm doing okay. So thank you for asking. How are you?
Also, same old. At least I'm getting paid to stay at home and play video games. So yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, can't be that bad, I guess. It's okay. I mean, at least we're all healthy. Like, for me personally, this was the healthiest year so far. I didn't even get cold or anything. What about you?
It's kind of the same thing here, yeah. So like 2020 is like, I don't know. It's just simple bad, you know.
Yeah, simply.
Worst year ever.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it too much, but I also developed the mental illness during this year, actually.
Yeah.
OCD. And so it was really harsh. It was a really harsh year for me, and it is really long now. So hoping that 2021 will be better.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if 2020 looked like a person, it would probably look like Exotic Joe from Tiger Kings or something like that. It's terrible. Let's ditch the whole COVID-19 talk. I don't give a fuck about it. What I'm looking for about this conversation is because you are one of the artistic souls in the business I've met. So you are a pro wrestler, like a musician, a dancer, probably actor also. Like, you're into all kinds of arts. And what's up? Like, let's start from the beginning. What's your background before you started pro wrestling?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for saying that. I consider myself as an entertainer, so this is where the professional wrestling stuff come in.
Yeah.
But so how it started? So first, like every kid in like the school, probably I went to playing football games, but it was a really amateur level. Mm-hmm. Then I did karate for
nice.
like 8 months. Nothing special. I was like 6 or something. Then I started to dance when I was at the age of 9, and I danced for 4 years. The first 3 was like especially Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson
choreography. I saw that. Yeah,
he did like nice. Big shows in memorial of the King of Pop, and then 1 year with hip hop because I wanted to do something with dancing. So I wanted to be a great dancer, like in concerts, like performances and stuff in theaters or whatever. Just do something with dancing. But then we started to watching wrestling like in 2011. So like 9 years ago or something. And we started to beat up each other in the school, like when we were in the 5th or 6th grade.
Don't try this at school.
Yeah, exactly. Do not try that. And there were like big problems between the parents because some of the parents did know about it, that we are doing wrestling. So sorry, but like 100% sure nobody did like that. Nobody did like it because everybody was afraid. And some of the parents didn't know about it, and there were huge conversation about it with our teachers and stuff. And then my mother decided you can go to a training, but only one. You can check it out and that's it. You can't do it. You can't be a professional wrestler. This is not your way. I don't want you to be hurt in something. This is what mother does, right?
Of course.
That's what they do. And then we went to our first training. Icarus was a trainer, and like my mother and father, they realized that this isn't like, okay, go inside the ring, do whatever you want, and no one gives a shit about the kids, they get hurt and stuff. No, this is a organized training with a lot of exercises and how to do this, how to do that, and etc.
Yep.
So when they saw that, they told me that, okay, you want to do that? Yeah, of course I want to do that. Okay, but don't stop, just like you did with dancing. You can be a professional wrestler, you can make your debut, but at least you are doing something. Just don't stop. And that was 7 years ago, 7.5. and now I'm here.
Jesus, I love this. Yeah, I mentioned this to Tihania like few years back. Me, Icarus, Oliver Carter, Senza, Dover. We kind of look at each other like this group of new wave.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are kind of new wave, but kind of like time is not our side because we are all close to 30. The real new wave is probably you guys. Because you guys are like 20, 21. How old are you now?
Yeah. Most of us are 20.
Jesus.
Although he's 21. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but
a real
Peter
new wave. Yeah, you guys are just no need to rush it. Just stay safe.
Yeah, but thank you.
Yeah. Can I give you a challenge right now? Can you do a moonwalk right now?
Moonwalk?
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's gonna do it. Ladies and gentlemen.
I wasn't prepared for standing up, so I'm wearing a super short shorts. So sorry for that. But I need socks.
This is
for
amazing.
Sliding.
Yeah.
I need socks for sliding.
Let me see this shit.
I found two completely different pieces, but okay, I'm gonna moonwalk.
Let's go. Look at him in the shorts. Let's go.
No good. You need to see my feet.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. I got it now.
Jesus, I wasn't prepared for this.
Let's go.
Still can see it, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know how to do that. Just a sec. Maybe from here. You still can see my feet, right?
I can see your feet, but I can see your dick. It's okay.
No, that's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Then just let's do it that way. Just like it's okay.
Yep, I see your feet.
Sideways.
Yeah.
Just like there you go.
There you go.
Or like let's do this. I don't care if you can see my feet, but like
Yeah.
there you go.
Nice.
Jeez.
Entertainer in the house. Yeah, man.
Don't make me do that ever again.
Yeah, okay, you're back. Nice. Cool. I liked it. So, what about the music? Because I saw also you're singing and playing the guitar and any other instruments or not, or just do it for fun?
You can say that I was singing. I really don't like that track actually. I'm not gonna lie, it's about my girlfriend. When we broke up and when we got together, that's the background story of the lyrics. That's it.
Nice. Okay.
But this is really not my style. So my mother and my father, my parents are musicians.
Oh wow, cool.
This is not their first job, unfortunately. But like, my mother is a singer and my father is a drummer. And sometimes they were even in the same band and stuff. But yeah, so like I grew up with music by my side, basically. So I listen to every kind of music. So like from Queen to metal or dubstep-ish. I don't really like that stuff nowadays, but like I listened like everything. And at least I know quite good music history, which is that's the thing that I like. It's really
nice.
Cool
awesome.
to know about these guys. But yeah, so it's just like when I was 14, I really wanted to learn how to play the guitar, and this is where I got my first guitar. And my father's best friend, who is also the part of the band, he was teaching me for a half year or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I just like play along at home and stuff and teach myself. So
awesome.
That's it.
Yeah, because I remember seeing you at some club or whatever, like singing "Shallow," like from the Star Is Born soundtrack.
Yeah, that was together with my mother and my father's band.
Wow, yeah. Cool.
And you know, I was the was that the co-star who appeared on the show or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice. Cool. So with dancing, music, all the other arts, you did some karate, as you mentioned. Any other sports before wrestling, or did you just go into wrestling and then started? Because I saw you doing kicking pads or doing kickboxing training right now.
Yeah. I started doing kickbox trainings at the end of August this year.
Okay.
And because of the coronavirus, like it's also shut down. It was shut down in the middle of October and something. So it was like 2 months, 1.5 months or something like that. But kickbox was the second thing where I could say that I found myself. So that the first thing was with professional wrestling. So I was doing the trainings for years, and like it never was like it's boring or something like that. And I can feel the same thing with kickbox, because I was always interested in like proper fights and stuff, but I've never had enough courage to go to these trainings. And I was like, I'm watching a lot of UFC now and stuff, and there is also a former classmate of mine, one of my best friends, and he's also watching UFC nowadays. And just like, why not? Why don't we go to kickbox training? Yeah. And that's what we did. And we love it. So hope this shit ends soon, because we really want to go back.
Yeah, the thing about like these sports, combat sports and kickboxing, boxing, similar like that, most of the time those kind of trainings are filled with meathead that just want to fuck you up during the training. It's very important to find a good place to train and not to get injured, like because most of the times it's like this rough guys doing steroids just want to beat the fuck out of each other, and that's why I was on and off with my kickboxing and wrestling training and BJJ here in Zadar. I would probably just call the guys to my studio to train with me personally, like, because I have a space. I wasn't a fan of going somewhere to get my ass kicked and I can't wrestle for the weekend. It's kind of fucked up. But yeah, it's a shame.
That's it. Yeah. The only one thing with then where I kickbox is that there are different levels on the same training.
Okay.
So like we are super beginners, of course. So after 1.5 months, we are super beginners. But like there are guys who are kickboxing now like 8 to 10 years and stuff, and they are even 16 or 15. So there are guys who are doing this for 10 years now, and they are just 16. There's a super tall guy, like his reach is just like the same height as me, you know.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. That's it. You got beaten up. But that's how it goes. It's all right. But everybody is respectful, helpful, and that's the point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is why you are doing kickbox. You probably got hit, and that's the stuff. You always got hit.
Cool. So how long did you train before you got your debut match in HCW?
So I made my debut in 2018, January 6th or 5th, something like that. And I started to train back in 2013, April 17th.
So like 5 years, something like that.
So that's 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I remember your debut, it was like, that's a debut? Jesus. yeah. You send shockwaves. Yeah. Awesome. I love that stuff. So
yeah, I also love that. I think that was the only good promo of mine. I really liked it. It was emotional and stuff, and everyone told me that I'm kind of good with the mic and stuff, but I think this is the one and only good promo that I ever did, for sure. Honestly, that was really good because it was filled with emotions and it was believable. And loads of the guys who were in the audience came up to us, Renegade and me, and asked about it, that it was real or not. So that's the point, basically. We did what we have to do. So this is why it was good.
What I remember about you, like each time I think about you, I always think about the match you had with Peter at the Bloody November.
Yeah.
You guys stole the show. That night was like, I was supposed to wrestle Makai and Zafar after you guys, and I was like, okay, we can go home now. No need to go out. Yeah, what I remember about that match was the feeling behind it, and the feeling behind it to me was Tihani is so hungry to become a Revolution champ, and you were kinda bigger than it already. It felt to me like you and your character were like, okay, I'm satisfied with the Revolution title, but I want something bigger. And I don't care if I lose it, kinda. It was a feeling that I had in that match, and that was something that I'll remember for a long time, because he was really desperate to get that title, and you're kinda eyeing the HCW title, and that's what I liked about the match. So, can you talk about that match and how did that happen and everything else? Because that was craziness.
Of course. It's a good point of view, actually, what you just told. This match, which in my opinion this is why it was really good, because it was built for almost a year. So of course we got only 6 shows in ACW, 6 main shows, and there is the Underground on every Monday and the ACW channel, so check it out. But so yeah, it was built, whether it was on Underground or on main shows, so there was always like slices of the story that was like put in to the shows. And this is why it was great, because it was the top. That was the point of the eye, that match. And so this was the kind of wrestling which is I really don't like nowadays, because we didn't sell too much and just do some stuff, but it was emotional. This is why it worked. This is why it worked. So the story, it was like really easy. If you just think about it, that was the bad guy, and the super good guy, the John Cena guy, that was Peter, and he was really built up to be a Revolution champion. This is why it works so well. And I was the last Occupy in front of him. And this is why it was like a war. So everybody, if we are talking about this match with anybody, they mention it was a war.
Yeah.
And that's a really good thing, because that's what we wanted to do. That's exactly what we wanted to do. And it was a really big moment. So there were like thumbtacks and glasses and stuff on the ground, and the ref didn't even touch the canvas. So that was the 3 count at the end, because like he was even wearing gloves, but he didn't touch the canvas. Boom, boom, 1, 2, 3, without touching. You can see it on the video, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. So the whole arena blew up, and that was the point. And that there is a moment. I don't think that I'm breaking kayfabe, or kayfabe. I don't think it really exists nowadays. That you can see on the video as well from the hard cam, that after the match, like I just grabbed his hand and tell him, "I love you, bro." That was like really, really wicked. I love you, and something like that. And like I rolled out, and the ring was all his, and just like celebration. That's what wrestling
is. Fuck, dude. I got chills even now thinking about it. Yeah, that's one of the special ones. Dude, that match can like... That was probably the best match in Europe that day, that time.
Thank you.
Like, thinking about
so much for saying that.
Yeah, and even when, as you mentioned, like kayfabe is that these days, which is fucking... It fucking kills me, like, kayfabe.
I know.
How the fucking kayfabe, like, theater, we all know those guys are fucking pretending.
Yeah, everyone knows everything now, so everyone knows everything.
It does,
how it works and stuff.
Just doesn't make any sense. It's like people want to know, I told you they're gonna do this, like, so the fuck, oh my god.
Yeah,
people are crazy these days.
Exactly.
And like, as I mentioned, like, in podcasts before, with other guests, competition is still real for me in wrestling. Like I can like talk with you right now, and when I get inside the ring with you, I want to compete against you and I want to wrestle you, I want to beat you. Like, it's okay, but we can be still like buddy online and shit. Like it doesn't change once we step inside the square circle.
Of course, yeah.
Gloves are off. It's like as I said, like competition is still real, at least in this area, I guess, of the globe in the wrestling, because like you guys have chip on your shoulder just like I do, and just like Icarus does. You see, like we are kind of ignored, I guess.
Exactly.
Here. Like compared to UK guys. That, UK guys can say, "Oh, wrestling is not competition." Motherfucker, it is for us, because we are getting ignored. Everyone is just thinking about progress, about New Japan, about these guys beyond wrestling. Yeah. What about us, motherfuckers? We are competing against you guys every time we step inside the square circle. We are not comparing against each other, but we are competing that our show is the best that day in Europe every time. And it is a competition. So please, guys, kayfabe. We don't give a fuck. Competition is still real. that's like...
That's the thing, yeah.
Yep.
It's like when someone tells me that wrestling is fake and ask about that, do you know what's the end will be of the matches? Do you know who's gonna win or not? And I always tell them that yes, we do. But just think about it for a sec. If you go for a football match, soccer match, whatever you call it, then you see two teams against each other, right? And you don't know like who paid who.
Yeah.
Because this can happen also. So there is a defender and someone paid him like a huge amount of bill or something like that, and he just doesn't have the good day to play like really well or something, you know. But it doesn't matter. So if you see two teams against each other, you will never know who's gonna win at the beginning of the match. And it's the same thing in wrestling. You see a match, but the only two guys who know what's gonna happen is the wrestlers inside, and of course the ref. But you know what I mean about that.
Yeah, of course.
So you can still enjoy it. So you don't have to know, because we do know that who's gonna win or not.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. This is how you can enjoy our shows or every shows which is related to wrestling.
Yeah, it is true. Like being like Croatian guy that does wrestling in a country with no wrestling, I often get this kind of question. So how do you compete? How should I like cheer for you if you're gonna lose? It's like, yeah, probably the match is scripted, but my career is not scripted, because my performance is deciding how my career is gonna go. Just like Oscar is a big belt for actors in Hollywood, the championship belt is an Oscar for us. Like everyone wanted Leonardo DiCaprio to get the Oscar, fans want me to get the belt or whatever. So it's just like that. Your performance each and every time decides how your career is gonna progress. So if you watch movies are fake.
Exactly. This is what this is also the same thing. When I want to add to this topic, that if you see Harrison Ford on the street, how would you yelling at him? Harrison or Han Solo or Indiana? You probably will be yelling at him at Harrison Ford, right?
I would probably call him Han Solo, but okay, it's okay.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the thing.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Exactly.
So like, why are you playing characters? It's all fake and stuff. No. It's like entertainment. This is what people don't get. It's entertainment.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think about the sports side of the things? Because I always like kept pushing for the belt system in pro wrestling, just because like you have all the rookies in the game, all the pros in the game, and I feel like we need something to separate ourselves on the skill level and to keep working, I guess, because most of the guys, not you and Tihania, but you met the guys in dojo probably that got debut match and they probably stopped training.
Loads of them.
Yeah.
Loads of them.
And
different countries, but in home especially.
Yeah, if you want to progress, you need to keep training. And it's like something that I spoke with, and also like Bernard Van Damme and Tristan Archer mentioned to me, like in France, they actually don't have a belt system like in the BJJ, but they have a rope system. So in the Eurostars, it's like, okay, guys, we have this small show, so only like yellow belts, blue belts, and black ropes actually.
Ropes, yeah.
Yeah, can attend the show. But March we have this big show, and only black ropes can do it. So I like this idea, like that we need something to work towards, because it as a long time athlete for you. You would enjoy if after like 15 years in the business, you finally reach the top to be a black belt in pro wrestling. That would fucking be amazing for you, right? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I've never heard of this system, this rope system actually before, but it's really, really good. That's the same thing. So if there is a show and there is a huge roster and like everybody is family, just like us in ACW and stuff. So you experience that. This is what I'm saying, but it's sometimes it's the same. So just like in GWF in Germany, so they are also a big family, the roster. Yeah. But I think you don't have to book every single guy on every single show. If there is a story-based company, or if there is a story-based company, so let's talk about that. If there is a story-based company, then put the guys on the shows that you want to do the story with. But if you just want to do like a filler show or a house show, there is the chance for the guys who maybe not experienced enough, or just like really rookies or greens or whatever you call it.
Yes.
You name it. So like there is the chance for them. So they also got the chance. But don't book every single guy on shows, because lots of the promotion does that. And you shouldn't do that, because that's the time, well, the shows will be super long, maybe kind of boring.
Yep.
So like no one wants to sit in the crowd for 5 to 6 hours, you know what I mean? So if you are watching a movie, it won't be longer than 2 hours, 2.5 maximum, usually. Yep. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yep.
And this is the same thing. If I'm go to a full event, so full evening event, I don't think there's a proper expression for that, but sorry about that. So if you're going to watch something, so like be the same time, you know what I mean. Sorry about that. Yeah. So that's what people and promoters should do. I think that's my opinion. It's subjective. It's only subjective, but that's what I mean about that.
Yeah, you said it well. Like they want to keep most of their guys on the show, and most of the times promotions are kind of flexing one another. If they have a champ from the other federation, they'll probably just book him as a jobber here, just to show we are like good
just because
here.
we did the exchange, so no one can tell anything, because we did what we were offered. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like I said, like I was getting treated like very good in HCW, in other German promotions like Wrestling Cult and other promotions. I would get like co-main, main event spots, and pretty good. Each time I was in GWF, I would get squashed by some dude from their roster, like each and every time. And if we had a belt system, later on they had a storyline with New Wave, with Senza, me, Oliver Carter, Eros of Hungary, and we got squashed by sub-group Anarchy or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
By the pretty much white belts. And if we are like kind of like blue belts, green belts, I don't know what level we are, it doesn't make any sense for me, because they really dropped the ball with the New Wave kind of storyline, I guess. So fuck it. Yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah, what I wanted to talk with you about is this, actually.
Cool thing.
Star Wars. I don't know how to start, because I know you're a Star Wars geek.
Yeah, I am.
Do you... Okay, first, easy question. Did you like the Disney trilogy?
I mean, like, yeah, good question. So, probably the worst trilogy.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
They are still Star Wars, and I respect that.
Of course.
And every 3 movies gave something. Mm-hmm. So, not all of the movies were good from A to Z, no. But at least they give something. Yeah. And they were still Star Wars. But a few months ago, I rewatched The Force Awakens. And like, there is a thing, and I don't know it exists in any other language, but we call it like super American.
Okay.
So like the face expressions, the response, the sentences, which doesn't make any sense and stuff, and for super American, like The Force Awakens. I get that why the people hate The Last Jedi, because it was like funny-ish, so like humorous and stuff, but at least it wasn't really down to earth, so it was something new, because The Force Awakens was just a remake of the New Hope. And I didn't really like that. Okay, I get it. So like 10 years after the last Star Wars movie came out, Revenge of the Sith, and now there is Force Awakens. All right, okay, but it's a remake. And I didn't want to see a remake because I watched thousands of times New Hope. I already seen that thousands of times, and now I see it just once again. That was the feeling for me. And I was even watching that movie in 4D. So like when the chair was moving and like smells and stuff and dust and things like comes to your face, super uncomfortable. I can't recommend that because it's really bad. So But it was like, wow, Star Wars and like new movie and like 4D and like super expensive tickets, and like I just watched The New Hope again,
Yeah.
And then the last movie, so like when they changed directors and stuff, and like so Rain turned out to be a Palpatine from Out of the Crash and stuff, like
that's painful.
and that's one thing. I don't know if you have ever think about that, but what's Star Wars about? It's basically originally it's about Anakin Skywalker, who is the chosen one, and he so he like just end up with the prophecy and stuff. So like he did what the prophecy said, right?
Yep.
At the end, because he killed Palpatine as Darth Vader and bring back the light, the Force and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. In short term, okay. But then what happened with the new trilogy? Like all the Skywalker died, and a Palpatine is the end.
Yes.
So it ended with a Palpatine alive, and she was the last hope for the Jedi, Palpatine, and just like calling herself Rey Skywalker for no reason.
Yeah.
I still don't get that. So like, okay, being a Skywalker is like now a religion, or like it's just cool to say that, or like everyone knows who the Skywalkers were or stuff. So I don't know. I like that her lightsaber was yellow, at least, like great Jedi, because she's a Palpatine, so like trained by Leia or something. So there's the light, and like she's still a Palpatine. There's the dark. So this is why she turned out at the end to be a great Jedi or something like that. So that was kind of okay, but it was only a lightsaber ignite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there were so much that they didn't show us, I think, in this new trilogy.
Yeah, it was painful for me. Like most people shit about the prequels, but what they don't understand probably about the prequels is all about the Revenge of the Sith, the episode 3.
Exactly.
All 2 are just like building up to that moment. Whole prequels is about showing us the episode 3, but you can't just jump into episode 3. You need to show us the backstory. So they are building the Clone Wars and everything else to the Revenge of the Sith. And The Revenge of the Sith was a fucking good movie. So yeah,
exactly.
First 2, I don't give a fuck. You had Darth Maul, you have all these cool things, cool lightsaber duels at least, cool music, what I appreciate about prequels. But going to Disney, it wasn't like they would try to do something, as you said, do something new. They just wanted to use a formula to make a good blockbuster movie, and that's it.
Yeah. Just get the money. And
get money, go home. I really don't appreciate it, but yeah, it is what it is. But I don't know how to progress from that. Like, I don't know. Even like Luke Skywalker for me was a fucking idiot. Like, dude, why did you go hiding?
Yeah.
You can just figure everything out. Like, if you stayed, none of this would happen. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, motherfucker.
Even Mark Hamill freaked out of that storyline as well.
Yeah,
because
like
he said that Luke never would have done that.
Yeah, exactly.
Never.
Like I like Adam Driver's, like Ben Solo in the movies.
That was the only good character in the new trilogy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oscar, like Poe Dameron, kinda. I don't know. They just like want to like reboot Han Solo to you. Solo. Yeah, here's a new cool guy in the galaxy, Poe Dameron. Really? Why is he cool? We just say he's cool, so take him. Yeah. He's cool.
He's just cool, and that's it.
Yeah,
so
John Boyega.
That's why he's cool.
Finn, I don't like Finn like one bit. Like I know Icarus tells me it's okay. He's good for him. For me, no, not even close. He looks like a dude from the hood, if you know what I mean. Like just
yeah. I get it.
Like,
I mean, I don't have a problem really with Finn. So like, I still prefer Finn's character more than Poe Dameron's.
Okay.
Because Poe was just like, he was so random, and that's it. So like, he was just there, but he blew up the third Death Star, the Starkiller base.
Oh,
wow. You know, like it's the same thing. An X-wing, trench run, X-wing, boom, 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 and the Starkiller base is gone.
Yeah.
And what really freaked me out that there is a legend game, The Force Unleashed. I don't know if you ever played it. You are the character.
Yes.
The character is like Darth Vader's.
Yeah, Starkiller. Yeah.
Yeah, Starkiller.
Yes.
And in Kanan, Starkiller only exists as the name of the base.
Mm-hmm.
And Starkiller, who was the real Star Killer, Galen Murray, the guy. Like, he is only in Legend, so it's like he never exists.
I like that storyline in the game. I fucking love it.
That was really, really, really good.
Yeah,
really good.
What about
that was my childhood, basically. That
yeah,
game.
I mean, second game, not so much. Force Unleashed 2 with the cloning and everything. I didn't care much about it
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but first game was fucking amazing when Darth Vader is walking through Kashyyyk to find the Jedi.
Yeah, throwing the Wookiees down on the bridges. Yeah.
Fuck, that was good. What about the Jedi Fallen Order? Did you play that one?
I've only played like one mission because I don't have a new generation console, which is now not the new generation console. But I only have an Xbox 360. But I played it once, and it turned out to be really amazing. So everyone was a bit afraid that like EA is doing another Star Wars game. Like, okay. But then it was really good. So like the story was also good, and every friend of mine who played it told me that it was really hard as well.
Yeah.
It was difficult. It was difficult, the walkthrough. But yeah, I watched loads of the videos on YouTube at the end of the game, like Darth Vader appears and stuff. So like it's really, really good. And there are rumors, or not rumors, maybe it's like officially a development now. Maybe the second part, I think.
Ooh.
I don't know it for sure.
I'm actually playing. I start playing it. I'm like passing 3 missions right now. I'm on a Kashyyyk right now, so I like the game. It feels Star Wars to me. Like, yeah, it feels a lot like Star Wars.
Exactly.
But what I wanted to say is like all the Star Wars games, not all, but most of them, have probably better story than the Disney trilogy. Like when you go back to Force Unleashed, to Jedi Fallen Order, to Jedi Academy, Jedi Outcast also with Qatar, and I fucking love those games. I mean, Luke in Jedi Outcast, that's Luke I wanted. Like, why is Jedi Master?
So Jedi Academy and Jedi Outcast, the trilogy of the games is basically the next 3 movies or something.
Yes.
Or at least one of the next 3 movies, like 7, 8, and 9.
Yep.
So I was really waiting for a Jedi Academy, but after I watched the trailers, I knew that it was like really something different, okay? But it's still Star Wars, so I was really looking forward to see it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's a good point. Fuck. Motherfuckers. Well, fuck him. Fuck them. No. I'm so... Nah. We can't. Let's jump into some fan questions to start this shit. Okay. I don't understand the first question, so we'll see like this. What is your favorite match? I don't know if this means your match or... Let's try to answer both. First, your favorite match and your favorite wrestling match that you saw.
Okay. Get it. My favorite wrestling match is probably the one against Angelico from GFW. It was really easy, 8 minutes only, like clean finish and stuff. But there was still the part that you are 19, and you're wrestling against Angelico. Yeah. So that was like, okay, now something is happening, So like, I'm now some. So I that was the first time I felt that okay, that's a big step. So wrestling against an international superstar, that was really good. But I experienced the same with LP when we were in a fatal 4-way elimination shits and stuff. Yeah, and my favorite wrestling
Can I stop you for a second because I want to talk to you about like GWF, because when I saw you were gonna make moves to GWF, I felt like a perfect fit for you. How did you feel wrestling in GW? Because they wanted some flashy entrances and camera work, everything that's your strong point in wrestling. So how did you feel in the GWF roster?
So the first appearance of mine was in 2019, back in March. That was the Light Heavyweight World Cup. Yeah. So like it's an international tournament, just to explain it, and like from 8 different countries there are competitors who are competing against each other, and the winners are going into a fatal 4-way elimination match. That's what I just did this year. That's what I'm talking about with LP.
Yep.
And that's the story. That's the gimmick of the show. Of course, there are still matches, but not much because it's already 5, right? Yeah. So that was the first appearance of mine, and I was the last in the competition because I was beaten the shortest time, and I was beaten. So like I didn't manage to the fatal four way in the main event.
That's
But
me also when I did the same. Okay.
but yeah, then I wrote Ahmed, that the promoter of GWF, um, that I really like working there, and if there is any possible chance to working together in the future opportunities, just please write me. And just like a few days passed, and he wrote me that okay, there is a spot, you free, same conditions, just like first time. Okay, yeah, of course. And then I was on every single show except for one back in October last year because that was an ACW show. That's the home promotion, you know.
Yeah.
And that was booked before the GWF show. That's how it works. But yeah, so I could consider myself kind of as a roster member after a few shows. And then of course Corona came in, and I couldn't manage to fly over. And there are like three guys who has the same characteristic as me, and tattoos and something like that. So probably like I wouldn't say they replaced me. So don't get me wrong. That is not what I'm trying to say. Just they found guys.
Who are those guys? I can't.
Like Mike D, of course he's bigger, but you know, like he is a pretty guy from Belgium, Mike D, and I saw loads of different loads of different guys, like at least two or three who like have the same characteristic. That's what I'm saying. You know, the pretty hair boy and this stuff, and that's what the business is. So, what I'm doing since I got to GWF, this is what I was talking about that. Because I consider wrestling as a job. What I love to do. That's it. So there is no other better thing in earth, I think, when you can make money with the thing you love.
Yep.
And that's really, really cool. But it's a job. So this is what like brings me forward, because acceptance is really important. This is where you accept that you won't get booked, or they found another guy who is better than you, because out there somebody is always better than you. That's it. This is where acceptance came in. It's probably one of the biggest weapons in show business. It doesn't matter if it's film industry, theater, or like just like doing commercial stuff or something like that for TV, or even wrestling, because it's business, it's show business. You have to accept if something changes. This is how you can move on, go forward, and do your job, do your business to carry on.
Yep.
So that's what happened to me when I got there in GWF. Okay, that's what I want to do. This is a job. And I was like still super hungry. And now I feel myself a bit more relieved and calmed down. And I also started like 1.5 years ago holding trainings for the advanced class.
Yeah.
And I really think honestly that this was the part, that this is the thing that made me a better wrestler, that I could hold like trainings for the guys, because it's probably the best experience I've ever experienced. Sorry about that. So I have ever had in this business. It's something special all the time. Every Tuesday advanced class, and everybody loved that. You know, like you had a good time, and they are my friends. So the advanced class, they're like a few years younger or something like that, but they are my friends. Some of the guys are even older, but we grew up together, just different groups, because I started earlier than them, and now they are in the advanced class. Some of the guys in the advanced class are already in the roster, just like Öcsi, Vilmos, the Gulyas brothers, the Gulas brothers, and stuff. But they are, as I mentioned, they are my friends. But in that 3 hours, I am their trainer, and that's really important. And it's a really interesting experience, actually. But yeah, so what I wanted to talk about in this podcast, and this is how it related to the former said. Sorry about the sentences. I'm just like really messed up in the head right now because there is a lot to say. What kind of wrestling do you prefer? watching or doing, because you have a high flying style and stuff, and just let me finish it. So this is what started to come into my head, that I am a member of GWF, and I travel basically a lot. So every weekend, so almost every weekend, I did shows. Whether if it's ACW or it is Underground or it is GWF, GWP, Czech Republic or something like that. So I work for different promotions differently, of course, because every promotion wants me to work as their own style. You know what I mean? And I started to realize that if we want people to believe that wrestling is real, or at least like work as if it was real, then why wouldn't you sell it? Why wouldn't you sell it that it is real? Because loads of the guy does no selling, and that's what I'm freak out now. This is what freaking me out now, because now my wrestling style is, I can say, that's really selling based, selling related. So that's the first thing. So like always think about how I'm gonna sell this into that spot and sell all the fucking time. And this, I think that's the most important thing.
Yes.
This is how it comes to work. And I think that's my opinion. It's also subjective. But I think this is when it becomes work. When you are really working is when you do your job, do your moves, do your best, fake expressions, and selling. It's basically the same thing, but like properly do it. That's what wrestling for me. And this is what GWF, the trainings, and how I train them. And this is what learned me. Yeah. This is what taught me how to do that properly. I'm still learning, of course. But
yeah.
Just what do you think about that? That's what I wanted to ask you.
I mean, I believe there's a time and place for every move, but time and place are not going to happen in every match. I feel like we need more short matches, one kick KO matches, squash matches. Like, if you think about what builds a superstar, it was let's say, for example, Mike Tyson beats the opponent in 1 minute. When Roman Reigns came back, no need to have fucking 5, 10, 15 minute matches. Have a 1 minute match. Drew McIntyre, once he beat Brock Lesnar, 1 minute matches. That would build him up as a monster. I feel Ikaru showed me one of the New Japan matches when guy kicks the guy out of nowhere, head kick to the head. That guy falls down, and it wasn't even a pin cover. It was done. It was a KO finish. And I was in shock, like watching that, like out of nowhere. It was just a cutoff in the match. No, it's over after 2 minutes. I feel like we need that kind of stuff in wrestling just to get it more credible. Because around the time you came into the wrestling business, at that point in wrestling, it became too hard to finish the match, I guess. Before that, it was kind of easier for me. And around 2016-17, everyone started doing these complicated finishes, and I'm like, we're not gonna get everywhere. We're just complicating the fucking story with this shit.
And if you don't understand, how do you want to understand the people who are around in
exactly.
These videos?
I can't understand it. No one's gonna understand it that way. Yeah, for me personally, it's like I wasn't too big into high flying. I did it because when I started back in Italy, no one was a high flyer in Europe. That's how much the landscape of wrestling changed. Back then, no one was a high flyer, and that's why I became a high flyer. And I don't know how, actually, because all the moves, shooting star press, I never tried it before. I tried it in a match. Mark corkscrew, first time I tried it was against Chris Dice. I had no idea how to do a fucking corkscrew from the ring. Like, I don't know, just every move 450. I guess I know how to do it. Let's try to give it a shot. Sasuke special. Let's try. I don't know. I don't have a ring. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, it's a weird one. And I just think even like chain wrestling, everything needs to evolve. Like, I don't know. Who was the guy that Pete Dunne, I guess, was the guy that did a seminar with you guys, and he always said, like, sell the part that got hit, not what you think got hit.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
That's very important. That's one of the lessons that I feel could carry you a long way into wrestling business. Just if the guy super kicks you to the chest, fucking sell your chest,
Then
go
sell
down.
your fucking chest, yeah.
Kick to the chest is not good. That fucking shit hurts as fuck. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Just make it more credible. No need to do all these too much no sellings. It kills me, like fucking no sells.
But I think people are too stubborn, because if you just think about HCW, there are a lot of guys who got to wrestle like 6 times a year, and
Yeah.
it's not that much.
Yeah.
And this is why they don't want to do. This is why they don't want to do like short matches, like show everything. Because last time I wrestled, it was 2 months ago, so I want to show everything again to the audience what I got. But the thing is, this is not wrestling is about. This is why you have to train yourself, make contacts, because then you can wrestle more, and then you will be more calm down, more relief, because you could give out everything you got, and
Yep.
then you will understand what wrestling is really about. And this is what I'm just getting it. So
Mhm.
I think I'm the point now. I'm getting it that this is not where I have to do everything in the matches, and nowadays my matches aren't like that complicated. It's just like more understandable, as I said, more selling based
Yeah.
and stuff. And we got really good reviews after that, actually. So it's working.
Yeah,
It's working.
you can see that you
This
are
is what
using the
I
less
wanna
is more.
force now.
Yeah.
And then we will see.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, when I see your style, less is more, this is what you do always. Like what I tried to do with Renato Makai, I don't understand why we don't use it that much. Like we go like, okay, I work on your neck, I work your this, I work on that. How about cardio? We never think about it. Like when you watch, as you said, watch UFC, most of those fights end because other guy gassed out. Like
Of course, yeah.
yeah, and that's
It's super
what
tough,
yeah,
yes.
that's what I did with Renato Makai when we first wrestled in Bloody November. The story of the match, we couldn't present it very well, and crowd didn't understand because it was the first time someone tried to present it, is that he gassed out and I was a fresher guy and I started taking off after the match. Like he would beat the fuck out of me and he was like couldn't fight, so I began fighting. And I believe we need to add that element to the game, because wrestling is super tiring and we are all pretending like we are super fresh inside. Like it's okay to be tired, guys. Like you see
Yeah.
Kobe Covington, that guy wins just because his cardio is fucking amazing. Everyone else is gassing out in an MMA fight. Like that's something I like, but who knows?
It's really complicated. People don't even know about.
Yeah.
So how many parts you have to pay attention to while you're doing matches.
Yeah.
So this, I get it when they say it's fake. Okay, that's their opinion. So probably we will never gonna win. We will never win. Sorry, we will never
Yeah.
win that argue. We will
Yeah.
never win that. But that's it. So that's it. We don't live in the South, so that's now how it works, you know.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's it. But yeah. So
Yeah, and like today's
so many parts.
wrestling is like, for WWE, for example, those storylines are getting too crazy for me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just, whole wrestling business is starting to get too crazy and too complicated. For example, my favorite storyline of all time would probably be Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas, the first loss of Mike Tyson's career. And the story is simply like Mike Tyson is going around doing coke, not training. He's the man. I'm a fucking champ. And Buster Douglas, his mom dies and he's fucking prepared to kick Tyson's ass. And Tyson's not training at all, buying tigers, all that.
Yeah.
And they fight and it's a perfect storm and Buster Douglas fucking beats the fuck out of Tyson. I like that storyline.
Great.
Super simple. It works. I don't like this fucking eye for an eye. And then, I don't know, your daughter fucks my...
Yes.
who gives
My
a fuck?
stepbrother, sister's nephew, and like you have to pay for that.
Yeah, I
I
don't-
know.
I
Doesn't
don't
make
give a
any
fuck.
sense.
Okay, let's keep it up with fan questions. So I will
Yeah.
shortly get you out of here because we are closing the 1 hour mark already. Okay, who hit you the hardest in your career? What's the hardest hit you got?
Like a strike or a move?
I don't know.
For the strike, like probably that was maybe Maverick.
Mm.
It was an accident because we were just exchanging,
Okay.
and it was before my official debut. So it was like a gaming conference called Play IT, where all of the gamers got together in a big storage thingy, and we were always invited to there. So like there was like matches in every 2 hours, yeah. And we were exchanging, and he accidentally hit my chin, and I couldn't even eat for 3 days after that.
Jesus, look at the shot.
That
guy.
was that bad. Honestly, that was probably the worst. And for the move, it was against Renato Macai, and that was a spine buster. Like when we did this 2-show thingy after each other, you know, like back in September, October, or something like that in 2018. And there was a match against Renato, and he has this one arm spine buster thingy that he does. And I jumped so fucking high, and he also even lifted me up. Oh, I needed like 3 legit seconds to like come to realize what's going on. That was the closest thing to KO for me, probably.
Yeah.
Because my head bounced back.
Yeah, that guy is. I remember. Yeah, I had that guy in a triangle. And we were supposed to do a fuck. He gets up and power bombs me, and we scripted like 3 of those power bombs. After the first one, I was almost out, and I was like thinking, okay, 2 more of this, fuck my life.
I know. Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Okay, let's keep it moving. If you had to pick one company that you want to wrestle, who would it be? I guess if you get the chance to pick only one company, who would you pick to wrestle for?
Hard, actually, because probably it would depend on the business part, as I can say that. But if we're talking about like dream come trues and stuff, like maybe WWE, that would be WWE, but like an NXT. It's more fresh. But the thing is, I don't really watch wrestling nowadays. I do like free videos on YouTube and stuff, but like as we talked about, it's too complicated and no one sells anything.
Yeah.
So like for me, and sorry in advance, but for me, a Seth Rollins match, it's unwatchable, if that word exists, because I saw the Survivor Series, like NXT against Raw against SmackDown, triple threat tag team elimination shit, and he was in the top 3, and he got 2 finishers, and then just stood up, do a fucking curb stomp, put it into Roman Reigns and spear, and this is how they win and stuff. But he got 2 finishers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because he's Seth Rollins, no, and like lazy suicide dives and stuff. But that's just an example for me. So
lazy suicide dives. I like how you describe that one. Lazy suicide dives. Yeah, you see it so often these days. Fucking suicide dives.
Yeah, but I would say NXT probably. Yeah, but so. Like a WXW, that would be also really, really cool. So if we are not reaching for the big legs, so like WXW, it's one step behind like the big audience, but it's also really cool and it's closer. So as a business and as a full roster member or like something like that, that would be like good extra money. So like that would be also really cool. So probably this is why I can't give you a punctual answer, because now, for me, it depends on the business. Sorry about that.
That's good. And they also have academy there you can be a trainer at.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. One more. How much do you bench press?
My best is in kilograms, 115.
Okay, that would be in pounds. I don't know,
I don't know.
230, 240. Something like that.
I don't know the change, sorry.
Okay, I'll hit you with the last few myself. Let's go like this. Okay. If you had a time machine to go anywhere you want, just one shot to go somewhere to see how was it really like, when and where would you go?
Like back in history, you
Or
mean?
whenever you want.
Whatever I want.
What do you want to check? Like moon landings, like JFK assassinations, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Really good question.
Egypt pyramids.
I don't know. Just because we were talking about wrestling, so I can give a wrestling related answer. So if I had a time machine, probably I would go back to 2011 in Chicago, where CM Punk and John Cena had their infamous match.
Interesting.
Because I want to experience that entrance live, what CM Punk did in front of his hometown guys. Yeah.
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
That's what come to my mind now. So this is why I'm saying that. But that was like, yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, that's one of the matches that's like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, wrestling is still cool. Like, that was history in the making there. Okay,
exactly.
Good. Last two questions. If you had to choose one pro wrestler to show to the aliens and say, okay, yo, aliens, this is pro wrestling. Check this guy out. Who would you pick? Just one guy in history. Doesn't have to be alive.
John Cena.
Why John Cena?
John Cena. Like, he really is the man. So, professional wrestling...
John Cena.
John Cena. Professional wrestling is not just about wrestling, you know. So if you watch Raw, it's like 1.5 hour long, and usually there are 3, maximum 4 matches. And basically they talk, commercials, presenting something, like doing this Miss TV shit, this Chris Jericho thingy. So it's a show, and everyone knows John Cena. So if I have to show to the alien now what wrestling is, that a wrestler can be an actor, can be this, can be that, and he is or she is an entertainer.
Okay.
Because that's what wrestlers are.
Yeah.
You're entertainers. And John Cena is probably the biggest entertainer who is a wrestler as well nowadays, because everyone knows him and everyone consider him as a cool guy because they saw them on commercials and stuff. And he is not really good in the ring. He really is not. So like, he can't bomb and stuff, but he still has the energy, the face expressions, and he is the best motherfucker with the microphone. So this is why I would show John Cena to the aliens if now they want to see what wrestling really is.
And why not The Rock?
The Rock, because I want to show them now what wrestling really is.
Okay,
John Cena
now.
is closer to nowadays wrestling than The Rock.
That's a good point. Okay.
But like, Rock was the John Cena of the Attitude Era, or John Cena is the Rock of the modern era. And just like with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Randy Orton, so you can compare these 4 together.
Okay, I like it. Okay, last one. Same shit, but music. If you had to pick one music artist or a band that you could get stuck in space with, so they send you to Mars and you get to listen only to one band or one music artist, who would you pick?
Camila Cabello.
What's that? I need to
Camila Cabello. She is super hot.
Wait,
I hope my girlfriend doesn't hear me. Yeah, that's the thing. So
Who's
honestly,
that shit?
I follow only one celebrity on Instagram, and that's her, Camila Cabello.
I'm too old for this shit. What did she? What's her thing? I don't know. What's her music?
The basic R&B music, you know, like nowadays. R&B pop songs.
Oh my god.
She's the girlfriend of Shawn Mendes, actually.
Oh, dude. Are you sticking to that answer? I can't support that.
Sorry about that. If I have to spend like 4 years going to the Mars, that would be with her.
But not she's not going to be there with you. She's going to be in your headphones only.
Oh, okay. So then I get that wrong. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh,
no, you just listen to the music, not be with that guy, that person.
Okay.
I understand. I understand why you wanted to be with her. Yeah. Okay. I support that answer.
Sorry about that.
Music.
Maybe. So we were like talking about that. So if there is only one song that you could listen throughout your whole life, what would it be? And for me, it was like Childish Gambino, Redbone, if you know that one.
Yes.
So like maybe Childish Gambino, because I like loads of his stuff, and and it's really changing. So it's really different, like album from album. So probably I would pick Childish Gambino.
And that's what I like. Yeah, okay, I can support that answer. Yeah. But this is
yeah, there you go.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, awesome.
Sorry for getting it wrong.
Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, anything else you want to say for the fans, and we're gonna close this one up.
We can close it up. You can ask me a few questions if there are some from the fans.
Oh yeah, right. We still have like one or two. Some are probably Hungarian. I don't know. I don't understand. There is a one question.
Try to read it out.
Wait. It's gonna be. Has. Ogi. I'm not gonna do this shit. No.
It's alright.
Let's try with the other one. Who is your favorite HCW opponent?
HCW.
Yeah.
Maverick. Definitely
nice.
Maverick. He is the easiest guy to work with. Maverick.
Yeah.
Probably because we had tons of matches when we were in advanced class during training, like really a lot. But like he is the easiest guy to work with for me, so I would pick him.
Nice. I'm petitioning to wrestle that guy one-on-one for a long time now. I always tell David, book me against that guy. Book me against that guy. I want to wrestle that guy.
No one would regret it who works with Maverick. No one.
He always
he's really
surprises me. Yeah.
He's really got potential.
Yeah, because we all know there's you, Tihani, and Boldo. You guys are the household names already. You guys are the ones who's gonna carry like company to the new levels. Although I feel like you and Tihani are kind of stepping a bit further. I feel like Boldo is.
He's more into powerlifting.
Yeah. It feels like he was more passionate about wrestling before when I wrestled him and a few years back.
But that's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
We did a tour together in England like 2.5 years ago for a week. So like every day we had 2 matches and every day we had shows. So 2 matches on each shows. And after we got home, so like that was like he's not sure that he wants to do that for making a living from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He likes it. He still likes it. We talked about it a lot. He likes it. He likes doing it. It's good, but it's just an extra. But that's all right. That's all right.
It's okay. I mean, I don't know.
That's his decision. And it can change. It can change anytime. So like, it's always one shot, and then like it turns in the mind. Okay, I'm into it like 100%.
To be honest,
can happen,
I was surprised that chick Irene decided to call it quits to retire. Yeah. That's what surprised me. I felt like she's gonna do good stuff.
Yeah, because she's also really into powerlifting, and she changed his mind and he chose powerlifting instead of wrestling because she didn't want to get injured and stuff during wrestling. But in my opinion, she was getting better at wrestling for real.
Yeah.
So like her last match, or one of the last matches of her, when we were together in Austria back in the summer, and that was really good. The match they had with Amesha, that was really, really good.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best of hers, and just like she quit it. That's kind of unfortunate, but that's her decision.
Yeah, a lot of guys doing powerlifting in the HCW now. What's up with that?
So because most of the guys are training in the gym that Dover runs, and Dover prefers powerlifting trainings, and also Boulder does that, and they write the training plans for the guys.
Yeah,
most of the plans is written by Dover, but some of the guy is at Bodo, and also there is another trainer. But it's really like powerlifting based, so like deadlift, bench presses, and squats. These are the basics. And I don't know, it's just like happened, and now almost everybody trains most likely as a power lifter.
That's. I mean,
adding some extra like bodybuilding part and stuff. But like
it's definitely progression from bodybuilding. I believe for wrestling, it's better to do powerlifting than bodybuilding, of course, because it's actually functional training.
Yes.
But like, still, what about agility and footwork and the plyometrics? Because in a wrestling match, we probably have 5 lifts. You don't need to lift that often.
Yeah.
You do more of that shit than you do more of that shit. In wrestling, it's more about getting up, running, ducking, rolling, getting up. It's less about lifting. I mean, you lift maybe 5 moves, 6, 7.
Yeah, it also depends on what kind of characteristics you have, you know. So if you're a power guy, so like powerhouse and stuff, you probably won't be running that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends. But if you have just like maybe one lifting move and there is a big guy against you and there is the big combat separation thingy, whatever you call it or whatever you put it in a match, and you once can finally lift him up, for that one lifting you still have to have the power, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So this is where powerlifting comes into the play. But like for me and loads of the guys, so like I also have, as I said, a mixed of the bodybuilding and the powerlifting stuff. So you have to build your power. This is where really good for the powerlifting thing, but you also have to look good as a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
If you're a wrestler, you know what I mean. It always depends on the character and the person.
I agree 100%.
That's usually.
Yeah. I feel like number 1 needs to be something like kickboxing for you, or BJJ for Tihani and Icarus.
Yeah.
Grappling, some kind of sport. I mean, wrestling needs to be number 1. Second one needs to be other sport to get you transition to the movement inside the ring. Third one should be probably powerlifting or whatever. I mean, if you look at it, honestly, none of us is a powerful guy compared to WWE guys. We would all play a small, speedy guy in the ring. Like only Renato Makai. He would only one gonna be the powerful guy. Dover, he's also too small for WWE to be a powerful guy, even though he's fucking crazy strong. Boldo also, but he would probably also be like a high flyer in WWE. Just the way it is. Fucking crazy. Who knows?
Have to accept.
Yeah, have to accept. Okay, man. Well, anything else you want to chat? This was fucking amazing. Yeah, I love checking.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for the experience. That was really good.
Yeah, this is gonna be the last one of the year. This one is gonna air sometime before New Year's, so we're not gonna say Merry Christmas to the people because Christmas is already gone in this podcast.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, only
happy holidays, people, and thank you for joining us here.
Happy holidays, and I hope you guys get the vaccine or whatever. Like shit, fucking 2021.
Yeah.
Fuck Bill Gates and fuck those guys. Yeah. Okay, man, I'm gonna let you go now, and just follow Bence Toth BT at Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Oh yeah. Before I let you go, I need to ask you one more question.
Yeah, of course.
What's up with that pit? I saw some promo picture.
The pit.
Yeah, what's up with that? What's that concept?
It is postponed now, so we are definitely gonna do that one. But it's also postponed because of the coronavirus. Because we can't let
of
the
course.
audience inside.
But what is it? What is it?
A pit?
Yeah.
What is it like? It's like a shoot style wrestling matches.
Ooh, really? Because I saw all you guys in the combat gear, like.
Yes. So it's not like Punk Race back in Japan with Bas Rutten and stuff, but like Icarus and Peter, they are more into that, so like they can tell more about that than I do. But yeah, it's shoot style wrestling matches, which is gonna be the basic of this. So everyone does something like that. And this is the way this will be organized and stuff. So like it will be looking like really underground-ish. So it's like a real underground-ish. So, Nice. Yeah, that could have been really, really good and finally something different. But then it got postponed. Thank God. because of the virus.
Yeah, you guys need to do that, because I was thinking WWE should go like Kumite, kind of blood sport type of deal. When the crowd was out, don't do this Black Mirror type of wrestling with fucking weird LCD TVs in the crowd.
Yeah.
Just remove the ring, go to the fucking island with the fucking golden dragon in the background and just fight. Like, keep it fresh, keep it different. Like, you can't do wrestling right now.
Something different.
Yeah, wrestling without a crowd is no wrestling.
Do something different that no one has ever seen.
Yeah.
At least it's interesting.
Yeah.
If there's still that shit goes on in the world, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I support that idea. Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to seeing more from this guy, and people need to remember this guy, face of European Pro Wrestling, soon to be World Pro Wrestling champ, whenever, BT, the entertainer himself. It was an honor to have you here, brother.
Thank you so much. Really appreciated your invitation. Sorry, yeah.
Thank you guys for watching, listening. Continue watching on YouTube, listen Spotify, Podbean, and Apple Podcast. And see you guys in the new year, 2021. Cheers.
Bye-bye.